It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Man, it is great to be with you again, everybody. The NBA season has now hit full stride. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith on 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the New York Knicks going up against the Raptors in Toronto. For the Raptors, more than solid play for them of late. 7 wins in their last 10 outings, making their mark and playing well. The Toronto Raptors have the advantage of continuity. With the coaching staff, the players who have been there for a long time, they know how to play together, Shaq.
Because players understand their roles, Ernie, and they accept them. You don't hear about egos or anyone having an agenda outside winning. They do it the right way.
I think being outside of the U.S. gives them a familiarity. They're really familiar with each other. They're able to just kind of concentrate together. They're probably closer as a team. And when it gets down to crunch time, you see that continuity.
And with that, it's just about time for tip-off. We'll see you later.
The skyline of downtown Toronto really looking wonderful tonight. It's a beautiful evening here on the shores of Lake Ontario. It's an Eastern Conference battle here at the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto as the Raptors look to work their home court advantage. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. Our broadcast team tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. On the other side, Steve Smith. On the sideline, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. Take a look at the Knicks. This is a team showing a better record this year over last. This was their goal, and it's coming to fruition so far.
And I think for the Knicks, they've got to be thrilled with the way this season has started for them. They've already got some big wins under their belt and definitely a confidence booster.
And that's what they needed early on. Some performances that proved to themselves and everyone else that they have the talent to compete with any team in the league.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Dwayne Casey has been the head coach in Toronto for the better part of a decade now. He said the most rewarding part of coaching has been watching his players grow up. Watching a guy go from never playing in an NBA game before to developing into an all-star player, that's probably the most rewarding thing that you can do as a coach. Now, Kevin, he's helping this team and its players both make the leap forward.
Great stuff, DA. Coach Casey definitely gets the best out of his guys. You can tell they love playing for him. And these are both veteran teams, Steve. They've been around. A game like this is a test of wits as much as anything.
They understand what it takes to win. They understand how to will themselves into wins. They understand you can't make mistakes mentally. Veterans, they know how to pull it out. They want to keep it close, and they feel they can win at the end.
And so off the tip, it's Toronto. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And that's a quick foul for him there. It looks like the refs are going to call this one pretty close.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Jarrett Jack is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And there's Porzingis, then it's Lee, and it's Kanter in at the 5 spot. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. And here are the Raptors now. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
They did a good job of controlling the tempo, playing at a speed that suits their offense.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Now here is Lowry against New Orleans, who is really on his game. Got a piece of it. He feeds it to DeRozan. Powell for 3, and Kanter pulls it down. On defense, Toronto. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team.
And they rolled over this team last season, beating them every time they faced off.
Yeah, these two teams haven't changed that much, so I wouldn't be surprised if they run the table on them again.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal, and then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
When your defense translates into offense, it's a beautiful thing.
And the Raptors with the ball, following the score by New York. Valanciunas, good.
Valanciunas has made so many strides as a scorer since he started in the NBA.
Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. DeRozan in the corner. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. No good with the triple. The Knicks have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Here's Hardaway. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's the break for the finish, and then Hardaway with the dunk.
Man, hard to believe. Already they're staring at a double-digit lead, and we've just gotten started.
Fantastic effort. Right out of the gate, simply overwhelming their opponent.
Here's Jack. Second chance shot. And it's Porzingis getting it to go.
He's got the touch early. Coach, keep feeding him.
Raptors trail by 12. Lowry drawing the double team. Screened by Valanciunas. Oh, and here comes Porzingis all alone. And the dunk by Porzingis.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
It's early, but they have taken full control of this game, and the fans here, they know it.
And they double up DeRozan to the middle, looking to end the run. Ibaka, no luck.
You know, the offense has just looked out of sync. Only 1 of 5 from the field.
Sinks it, and the shot from Porzingis.
And guys, you'd have to say this run really triggered by their transition offense.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
And watching Porzingis play, you forget how tall he really is in terms of how he moves. You know, not only how quick he is, but also that skill set. Incredible that a player his size won the skills competition in last year's All-Star festivities.
And that is what fools a lot of NBA fans about Porzingis. Most of the highlights, Greg, you see are his blocks and putback dunks, but if you watch his game, you see that skill level.
It's rare to see a player who's the complete package like Porzingis. I mean, he's fluid. He's got the easy-looking shot. It almost looks like he's a guard shooting the basketball, comfortable creating for himself or playing off others. Moment here to check out the stats for Kristaps Porzingis. 3rd in scoring, and he's 3rd in the league in blocks per game with his physical tools and, of course, that innate timing to send shots away.
And the only way you average top 3 in points if you have that scorer's mentality. He knows he's the go-to guy, and everyone else knows it as well. Trains the three-pointer.
If Lowry gets his feet set under him on a catch and shoot like that, the odds are it'll go in.
Here's Lee. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And the Raptors looking for a way to break through the East. Smitty, how do they get past the Cavaliers?
I don't know, Kevin. That's the question. As long as LeBron James stands in their way, it won't be easy. DeMar DeRozan said it himself. The key will be finding another star. In today's NBA, you need at least 3 stars to win.
Shots. Relax on the first.
The free throw drops for Lee. Hey, Steve, as the season gets going, if you're a player on a new team, how long does it usually take to get comfortable with your new teammates?
I would tell you this, Kevin. When you're winning, quickly. When you're losing, it seems like it takes an entire season. The more you can win, you get a chance to figure out, I'm comfortable with these guys. And losing situations, you start to question everything that's going on yourself, the coaches, your teammates. So winning really helps speed things up.
That's a good answer. Here's DeRozan. He definitely had a good game in their win against the Pelicans. It's tipped, and that'll be Toronto as it goes out of bounds. Raptors retain possession.
They're fortunate the defender couldn't control it. Almost lost that possession.
Jack against Lowry. On the wing, DeRozan. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry.
And that's when he's at his best. DeRozan, confident and in rhythm with the jumper.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
Yeah, this is where it gets interesting. Do they start to coast or do they go right for the juggler?
Here's Lowry, following the score by New York. Ibaka, no luck.
Well, this is why you see guys shying away from their mid-range jumper. It's a bit of a lost art. Woo, you know that's one he liked to have back. Point-blank range, and he missed it.
Now here's DeRozan. He's one of the better scorers in the league, averaging almost 25 points a game. And the shot goes in.
DeMar DeRozan, one of the best in the business in knocking down the mid-range jump shot.
Cantor throws it down.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
My opinion, it's been the commitment to pounding the ball inside. That's what's giving them the upper hand.
DeRozan with a screen for Lowry. Lowry drawing the double team. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. 6 points for DeMar DeRozan.
Defensively, you hate to see DeRozan in the painted area. Shoots a high percentage from that area.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Now here's DeRozan. He's got 6. Valanciunas with a screen on Hardaway. To the paint. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And Valanciunas, far from a finished product, Steve. His coaches and teammates feel he will get better, but in your opinion, where does he need to improve?
I think on a defensive end, he does a nice job of blocking shots, but I would love to see him in rotations, being able to be there a little bit earlier. And then on the offensive end, extend his range a little bit more and also have somewhat of a go-to move down on the low block.
Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And Valanciunas out of Lithuania, the 5th overall pick back in 2011.
Yeah, he's still quite young. You know, a lot of talent offensively. Defensively, he's probably had less of an impact, but that's where he has to take the next step.
Good on the second free throw.
For a player his size, Valanciunas has always been a good free throw shooter. We won't see a hack of Val anytime soon.
And Cantor throws it down.
The execution on point. Just terrific timing on these passes.
You know what? Controlling the pace, being patient, great vision. We're seeing it all tonight.
Porzingis with the steal. Cantor inside. Valanciunas is there. Cantor's shot is off. Powell down low. Covered by Lee. Powell, that's good.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Here's Jack. Here's Cantor. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
Valanciunas, he's got that long wings, man. You saw it right there on that play.
Powell with the screen. Lowry drawing the double team. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
I think it very well could be. That might be the game-changing play that helps push them over the top.
and they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And the Raptors call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Some changes for Toronto. Nogueira's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas, and it's C.J. Miles in for Powell. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Ntilikina, he's checked in for Jarrett Jack. Now here's DeRozan. He's got 6. Lowry drawing the double team. Dishes it to Miles. It's Nogueira top of the key. Just 5 on the clock. Knocks it loose. Lee with the steal. And here we go. Lee heading to the hoop. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
And Cantor over to help. Lowry for 3. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Well, Lowry will never hesitate to take a 3. It's a big part of his arsenal.
Here's Ntilikina. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Knicks lead by 15.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Especially at that kind of height disadvantage. You're looking to score the ball or at least draw the foul.
Now here is Ibaka. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Miles sets the screen for DeRozan. Clock at 4. That's tipped. From deep three-point range, the Knicks pull it in. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
When things come too easy, it's easy to lose focus. But they held each other accountable and played hard.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Now, here's Lowry. He's got 6. Nogueira kicks to Miles. And Lowry has it in the corner. Good on the triple. Lowry's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Dwayne Casey, he's in his 7th season as a head coach of the Raptors. He's developed a great continuity and a comfort level with his players.
Here's Porzingis. Finished off the break. Porzingis has got 14 points.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And Lowry gets double teamed. And here's Miles outside. Here's Ibaka, and that's good. A nice job on the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Excellent timing on the offensive glass, and Ibaka takes advantage of the second chance opportunity.
And, Kevin, that's a little taste of what can happen when the big guy takes it up strong.
Well, I guess he does have it in him then to get up off the ground when he needs to and rock it to the rim.
You know, when he's in his comfort zone and he's got space, those are the results.
Screen by Ibaka. From deep. And no good. And New York will come the other way. And Casey is very collaborative with his staff and players.
You know why, Kevin? He has no ego with him. It's always a two-way conversation with his players. It's about getting it right no matter whose idea it is.
And the Raptors with the ball. The Knicks making the shot. And so the ball is out of bounds. Miles touched it last. And just who is providing all the playmaking here tonight? Let's look at the breakdown between the front and backcourt for New York.
And their guards are taking on the majority of the passing and assisting for the team. Just as you might expect, the bigs doing their part by getting to good spots inside and making themselves available.
A minute 50 left here in the first quarter. Here's Cantor. That's good again. His 7th basket, 7 for 10 from the floor.
We will talk about feed the hot hand. That's what they're doing this quarter, which is why they've been able to maintain momentum.
And Lowry gets double-teamed. Nogueira with it. Cantor covering. And the wide-open shot from Miles. Drops in the tray.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Lee outside. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. Here's a peek now at the 2K leaderboard. This year, these teams have made the most of their offensive rebounds. Number 1, the Knicks.
You know, they've been so aggressive on the offensive boards, and they're earning every one of those second chance buckets with that relentless effort.
DeRozan dishes to Ibaka. Ibaka drawing the double team. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Over Hardaway. And the shot no good, a bit short. The Knicks leading by 17. Nogueira pulls it in. And Courtney Lee gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Anunoby, he's checked in for the Raptors. Wright comes in for Kyle Lowry. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Cantor. Beasley comes in for Porzingis. McDermott's checked in for Courtney Lee. And Sessions subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And again, no good by Toronto. Now the Knicks with it. Here's McDermott. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
One shot, mind the lanes.
The free throw drops for McDermott.
And last season, the Knicks raised expectations with some of those big free agent signings and trades in the prior year. And let's face it, things just didn't work out quite how they had planned. Some would say they underachieved. Hard pill to swallow for a fan base that went into the year with so much hope.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position. And you can see he's been working on that post game. Ntilikina showing some skill set down on that low block, using that length to his advantage.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Right against Sessions. Shot clock at 6. Here's DeRozan. Bounces high off the rim and drops. DeRozan's got 8 points.
Look at the focus in DeRozan's eyes on that shot. A guy right in his face, but he had no problem finishing it.
And so it's New York with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll return shortly. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And a comfortable margin for the Knicks here, guys.
I mean, really good with their post presence, and it's really allowed them to establish a physical tone here in the first.
Well, you know, in this era, everybody likes the three-point shot. I like their commitment to pounding the ball inside.
New York leading by 18. Joseph runs the point with DeRozan on his side. They're the backcourt. Nogueira out there with C.J. Miles. And it's Anunoby in at the small forward position. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
It's off his leg, and the ref's saying he kicked it. Here's DeRozan. Trying his luck deep, and the shot will not go from Anunoby. Puts it up from 12, and that one goes long.
He's a little uncomfortable in that in-between area, and the defense plays him that way.
Out of bounds, New York takes possession. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Toronto, third best record here in the early going. And, of course, the Knicks, a game behind.
And for the Raptors, any fears of a regression for them this season have been laid to bed. They're an elite team yet again, and they're poised for a dominant stretch run here.
I can't see them slowing down anytime soon. If anything, I think they'll just get stronger as the playoff gets closer.
Here's Wright. Michael Beasley picking up that last basket. The 10-footer hangs, and Miles with the lay-in. Miles has got his second bucket of the night.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
The shot's good from O'Quinn.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Pass to Anunoby. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wright.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for DeMar DeRozan. Averaging 25 points per, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. What incredible numbers. He has been a beast.
You know what? Everything is coming so easy for him right now, operating on the highest level.
Chalk up 2 there.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Passes it to Anunoby. There's the screen. The pass to Miles. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the foul on Kyle O'Quinn. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Raptors. Valanciunas comes in for Nogueira. And it's Powell in for DeMar DeRozan. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Jack's checked in. Now here's Powell. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Here's Wright. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game, and he gets it to go.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Jack, and the Knicks good for 2.
And we've seen plenty of those lapses today. I thought eventually they buckled down on D, but they maybe just doing just the opposite.
Toronto calls timeout, and they say it's a players' league, but we know great coaching makes a difference as well. And Steve, what was a moment in your career where you really were impressed with what a coach had done in practice, a game, whenever?
Coaches make a difference. We obviously understand, like you said, it's a players' league. The players go out and play, but you got to have leadership. And when you have great leadership to go along with great players and great people, you have a chance to win. You might not always win it, but you feel good going through the process. I've had some great ones, and some to stick out. Lenny Wilkins in Atlanta. Talking about a great coach, a great person. And Greg Popovich. To get a chance to play for those 2 guys has been phenomenal, and I can always look back on some of the things they did, and a lot of moments, Kevin, off the court more than on the court.
Interesting. Well said.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
You know, for the most part, their perimeter D is holding up, but they might have to sacrifice some of that to close down the lane.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Right against Jack, and out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. That falls. Great assist by Ramon Sessions. Jack's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Valanciunas passes to Powell. Over Sessions. They get it back. Knocked loose.
That's just two tough competitors meeting right at the rim. Someone, in my opinion, had to lose. You know, the Raptors have the advantage of continuity. There's a trust and an understanding they share helps them win a lot of games.
And we can talk about the continuity and maturity of this Raptors team. Is there a flip side to that, Steve? Does that limit their upside?
Well, Kevin, it's interesting. This front office has brought in some nice young pieces. I wouldn't write off their upside. They can improve if those younger guys make some strides.
The free throw drops for McDermott. And what was a wild ride of an offseason for the Knicks ultimately results in a regime change.
Yeah, I mean, players butting heads with executives, and when it came down to it, things just needed to change. If the Knicks picked the Zen Master over Porzingis, fans might have rioted in New York City, and hopefully the franchise can kind of start to right the ship.
And he makes both free throws.
McDermott on your squad is like having a guy that you can rely on knocking down shots from the stretch four position.
Pass to Anunoby. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Anunoby's got his second basket of the night. Here's Sessions. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
The offense is running well, but more importantly, they're taking the shots they know they can make.
Hard to maintain your discipline, but obviously this was the game plan coming in, and they're carrying it out.
Now, here's Miles. 17 points for him last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans. Well over a decade in the NBA for C.J. Miles, taken straight out of high school by the Jazz back in 2005.
And he's just now entering his 30s. A good floor spacer and solid defender at the 2 or 3 spot.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Miles drops them both. For New York, they've gone 7 of 9 in their field goal attempts here in the second quarter. Pretty good offense. Took him no time at all on that one. McDermott's got 7 points in the game.
McDermott makes shooting look so easy. It's like second nature to him.
Pass to Anunoby from outside the arc. Beasley with the rebound. Beasley's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Smitty, you played a couple seasons in the Northwest where the Portland Trailblazers are wildly successful and very, very popular. You hear rumblings about a return of the NBA to Seattle. Do you think it'll ever happen?
You know, Kevin, I hope so. There's a lot of places in the NBA, and we have some great cities. But I think Seattle, speaking for myself, was one of the favorites. They came out, they supported. Obviously, most fan bases support when they're winning. But even when Seattle was mediocre, that fan base was there. They enjoyed it. I love the Northwest. I'd hope it happens again. I hope NBA basketball returns to Seattle.
And he knocks down the first one. And you look at the Raptors, one of the top teams in the East, Greg, but do they have a chance to go all the way?
I think they're a threat to make the finals. Can they win it all? They may be a piece or 2 away, but still a young and aggressive core. They continue to try to add pieces, and this is a group that has proven they want to win and win now.
So he gets them both. The Raptors have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Sessions against Wright. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one is on Beasley. The Raptors have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And so Wright nails both of them.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Nice shot by McDermott.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. Passes it to Anunoby. Puts up a 3. And again, Toronto no luck.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Toronto shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. Beasley comes with the double team. It's Miles on the wing. O'Quinn defending. Powell for 3. It's not going to go for him. And New York the other way now. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
For New York, they have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
Shooting 1.
On the free throw, no good.
And just doing a much better job of getting to the line this quarter than he did in the first.
To the right side. Screened by Valanciunas. Clock at 6. And the foul on Kyle O'Quinn. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Anunoby. And it's Lowry in for DeLon Wright. Hardaway's checked in for the Knicks. Screened by Valanciunas. Valanciunas with a screen on Jack. No problems knocking that one down. Miles has got 7 points for the quarter.
You know, he had a hot start to this game. He's only gotten hotter. We'll see if the defense makes an adjustment.
Hardaway. Here's O'Quinn. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Feeds it to Valanciunas. Goes back up. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. Smitty, we have a question sent in by a viewer. They want to know, if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what food would you pick? And got anything for that?
You know what? Kevin, that's a good question. There's so many, especially my mom's cooking. But I'm going to go with shrimp fried rice. That's the one I think I would eat for the rest of my life.
First one falls for him. So for the Knicks, Enes Kanter's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Porzingis comes in for Michael Beasley. And Lee's subbed in for McDermott. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And the new CBA hammered out Smitty last season between the league and the players. It really seemed to get done. Adam Silver, a terrific job. Chris Paul leading the players' side. They got together early and seemed to be much more cordial in their negotiations. I think that's a wonderful sign.
I think the game is in good hands right now, and I was happy from, like you said, from the league side and the players' union side. You said it best, Kevin. They got together early, and that's why I think it was seamless. And the game right now is going so well, and they didn't mess it up, and I'm happy about it.
And you know what? I'll even go on. I'll take it one step further. I don't know if there's a professional league in the world right now that is in better shape in almost every aspect than the NBA. What do you think?
I totally agree, Kevin. Right now, we have a magical time right now in the NBA. Things are running well on the court and off the court. Love the extra possessions. Defense has them stopped, but can't control the boards.
Three-pointer, Lowry, and Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Showing no mercy, double-digit lead, and still putting it on them.
Here is Ibaka, following the score by New York. Over Porzingis, and off the front iron, and in it goes. Ibaka's got his second basket of the night.
And that's a nice jumper by Ibaka, showing good touch from mid-range.
Here's Jack. Toronto grabs the miss.
Well, just think what's happening here. He hasn't found his groove, yet they still hold the lead.
Three-pointer, Lowry. Again, the miss by Lowry.
3 triples in the first quarter, but he's yet to knock one down here in the second.
And it's Toronto with the rebound. Valanciunas has got 5 rebounds tonight. Powell for 3, and the rebound goes to the Knicks. Hardaway has got his 4th rebound in this one.
I'll tell you, he just hasn't been able to get it done on the offensive end. It's kind of dragged down the team.
Well, traditionally, many of the great free throw shooters have come from the point guard ranks. Here are the ones leading the league this year. You look at Wright, the best in the NBA. You put him on the line, and it's nearly automatic. And, of course, Kyle Lowry.
Well, if these guys can get to the line, there's not much question what the outcome's going to be. So it sort of prevents the D from being as aggressive as they'd like to be against them.
When you have these guys with the basketball, it's like a security blanket. The ball in their hand, team has to foul, they have it, they go to the line, good chance they'll make it.
Here's Jack. Lays it in off the breakaway. Jack's got 8 points here in this quarter.
It's amazing. He is on fire here in the second period after going scoreless in the first.
And Lowry has it in the corner. Connects from three-point range.
And Lowry really looking comfortable in this one, going right at defenders.
And Jack kicks to Cantor. Over Valanciunas. Down it drops through the net for his 9th bucket. He is 9 for 13 so far.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
And Lowry gets double-teamed. It's blocked.
And tonight, he just hasn't been efficient offensively. That's a big reason why they're behind.
And Cantor throws it down.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And, Gia, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
He just never gives up on any play, any shot. He's always battling in the paint. He's one of the best at that position.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Porzingis can't hit. Toronto shooting 43% from the floor. And here's Miles outside. Bangs home the trifecta. Miles has got 13.
I mean, just a good shooter taking what the defense allows. Finds some space out beyond the arc.
Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Toronto shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. Ibaka with the screen on Hardaway. Porzingis with the steal. Here's Porzingis, the fast break chance. and laid in to finish the break. He's got 18.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
The momentum is building, scoring in a bunch of ways. That's why his number keeps getting called.
Lowry can't get it to go.
I mean, you can see it. He's way out of sync. It's been this way all quarter for him.
And Porzingis again. Porzingis has got 20.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
And you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
That's what happens when you get an excellent screen like that. He had plenty of space to slash right toward the basket.
Now, here's Miles. He's got 13. Here's Valanciunas. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Lowry's got his 6th assist on the night.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas. And a long windup and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up. Out to the wing. A wide-open look here for Ibaka. No good from outside. Smooth sailing for New York. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And the foul called on Porzingis. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Lowry.
Kyle Lowry has always been so consistent at getting himself to the free throw line.
And so Lowry nails both of them. So it's the Knicks now. Pass to Ntilikina. Shoots over DeRozan. And DeRozan sends it back.
With that leaping ability of DeRozan, he can go get it.
Shoots over Cantor. And that's not going to go. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. New York ahead, just dominating this one. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Coach, it's early in the season, so what can you say about how things are going chemistry-wise so far?
I love our guys. We have a great group of young men that are competing hard, and it feels good because I know our guys are totally engaged and focused and giving us what they have.
Dwayne, thanks a lot. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports.
Been working out.
There was no stopping Kristaps Porzingis in the first half. He ended up with 24 points, 5 rebounds, and also 3 steals. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, Porzingis continues to contribute way ahead of schedule. I love the shot mechanics he has on his jumper, and he's on balance, his high release and smooth follow-through. He's putting up these numbers, and he's putting all of these doubters to silence.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Toronto?
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And you know, I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
And now, folks, just moments away from the start of the third quarter.
The evening commute has plenty of people on the move here tonight in Toronto, where we welcome you back to On 2K. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. And it's been a clinic out there by Kristaps Porzingis.
And through the first 2 quarters, he was extremely aggressive, picked up a number of steals.
He did a nice job reading their plays as they were developing. His anticipation was off the charts.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. And on the floor for Jeff Hornacek starting the second half, we've got Lee. Hardaway is out there with Jarrett Jack. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Porzingis in at the 4. Lowry with the ball. Now Jack defending. Here's Lee. No good that time. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. And Greg, with Enes Kanter last season, he had to miss significant time with the broken hand, but his offensive game is something to watch when he's healthy.
He just plays hard. He provides that instant offense off the bench, a great array of post moves to pick from.
And it's the Raptors' ball. Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. Here's Ibaka. And Ibaka is right there. Ibaka's got 8 points.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
His teammates recognize that he has the hot hand going. That's why they get him the ball every chance they get.
And here are the Raptors now, following the score by New York. And Lowry gets double-teamed. DeRozan in the corner. Screen by Ibaka. The outside leaner. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
I mean, look, no one guarding you. It's better to not pull up and try the leaner.
The Raptors have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. A very slow start offensively. The Knicks have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. The Raptors shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Screen by Ibaka. Here's Powell trying to get open as Ibaka. Valanciunas. And the basket is good. He's got 13.
The persistence of Valanciunas paying off in a big way on the glass. He is just a tremendously hard worker.
And the shot goes down.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Lowry against Jack. They get a hand on it. There's the dish to Powell. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist.
Great heads-up look there from DeRozan to get his teammate an easy basket.
Hardaway, no good.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Powell kicks to DeRozan. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. Outside Lowry. And Lowry gets double-teamed. Poked loose. Hardaway with the steal. And a fast break now for New York. And Kanter throws it down.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Beasting on defense. First he closes out hard on the shooter, then he attacks the glass. Filthy.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
It's his first trip to the line.
And with his percentage at 87, he's done just about everything they could have asked when it comes to free throw shooting.
Two shots.
And the first one drops. Anunoby, he's checked in for the Raptors. Wright comes in for Kyle Lowry. And then for New York, Doug McDermott comes in for Courtney Lee. And Sessions subbed in for Jarrett Jack. And Cantor drops them both. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Valanciunas sets a screen for Wright. The pass to Anunoby. He kicks to DeRozan. Screen by Ibaka. 5 to shoot. Rebounded by McDermott. The Knicks have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
And it's in there. Valanciunas has got 15 points.
Making a dent in this deficit. He's been on point tonight.
Cantor inside. Valanciunas is there. The shot's good from Cantor.
Really another fantastic offensive rebound and putback. This is the second game in a row where he has just been ball dominant.
When he gets into one of these grooves, you never know how long they're going to last. Sometimes they go on and on and on.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. Yep, that one goes in there. He's got 14.
Taking a workmanlike approach inside. That's the shot you want.
From the top of the key, and he hits the jump shot. And that's now 10 points for DeMar DeRozan.
Well, you have to respect the drive from DeRozan, so he usually has enough space to knock down the jump shot.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out, the other, the lights are just out.
You know what? It's two competing philosophies. One team playing it close to the vest, the other fast and loose.
Here's Anunoby. McDermott with the double team. In the corner, right with it. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. DeRozan's got his 4th assist in this one. And one strength, Greg, that this Knicks team has enjoyed the last couple of years has been their ability to win the rebounding game.
And that's back-to-back seasons, Kevin, in the top 10 for rebounding in terms of the Knicks. And it was something they wanted to improve upon starting a few years ago. They've changed their rebounding trouble into a big asset moving forward. And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
Nogueira's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. And then for New York, Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Cantor. And it's Beasley in for Porzingis. Here's DeRozan. The Knicks pull it in.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You can see he's frustrated with that one. Knows it's up to him to make that play. You look at that lead pass there. He just has such a great feel for the game.
Here's Wright. The Knicks making the shot. Ibaka dishes to DeRozan. Beasley with the rebound. Beasley's got 4 rebounds now tonight. No good on that one. Some solid defense from Ibaka. Wright, the pass to DeRozan. And they double up DeRozan. McDermott with a steal. All by himself. Here's Hardaway. A second chance effort. And it's McDermott laying it in. McDermott's got 15 points.
Yeah, second chance points again. A huge problem for this team.
Pass to Anunoby. Screened by Ibaka. Knocked loose. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Hardaway. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. 16 points for him.
And he runs the floor with a purpose that time. Excellent play.
You know what? And a late reaction by the transition D takes it himself uncontested.
Now here's Wright. He has 5. He dishes it to DeRozan. And it's blocked.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it. just increasing their advantage. And right now, they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, this lead has snowballed. Credit their killer instinct for piling on.
And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. And a chance now to review the shot chart for the Knicks.
And this is what happens when you are having a tremendous offensive game. They are getting great looks and knocking down shots all over the floor. I don't think we're going to see them deviate from this approach from here on out. They've got the recipe for success.
Poked away. Sessions against Wright. Screened by Ibaka. McDermott with the double team. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. Let's check out the leaders in field goal percentage as a team. The Raptors third. The Knicks fourth.
And here we've got two teams shooting the ball so well on the season, and neither one hesitates to pull the trigger. This is a great matchup.
The Raptors making a switch here. Miles is checked in, and New York with a change here too. Ntilikina, he's checked in for Hardaway.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Wright. He's averaging 7 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Backup point guard, always an important position, and he fills that role beautifully.
Without a good floor conductor coming off the bench, your offense can quickly grow stagnant. He solves that problem well.
And he knocks down the first one. And Beasley drops both of them.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Kicks it to Miles. And it's Miles with the jam.
This is where it's important to have guys looking for opportunities. Terrific lead pass.
Here's O'Quinn, and he dunks it down.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Here's Anunoby. McDermott with the double team. The feed to Miles. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by O'Quinn. Here's McDermott. He goes up again. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2. Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
And it's great to see how the Raptors have energized the city of Toronto and the whole country of Canada, in my opinion. They have some passionate fans, and guess what? A new generation falling in love with the game.
He hits both from the stripe. Well, the Raptors with terrific attendance rates, and playoff games are a hot ticket, Steve.
Yes, they are. There hadn't been a lot of postseason action in Toronto. The baseball and hockey teams are not exactly lighting it up, but the Raptors have been a bright spot for sure.
Now here's Wright. 5 points in the game. Just 4 to shoot. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Wright's got 7 points.
And they've shown a little extra hustle on the offensive glass here in the second half. Second chance points are starting to add up for them, and they can use every one of them.
Here's Wright following the basket by Doug McDermott. Knocked away. And here's the fast break by himself and finished off by McDermott.
We saw this from McDermott at Creighton. When he gets going, he can catch fire very quickly.
Here's Wright. He's got 7. Passes to Anunoby. McDermott with the double team. Nogueira passes to Anunoby. There's the pick. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
You've got to give a ton of credit to the screener. That play easily opened up the easy layup for his teammate.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And Toronto making a change here. Lowry's checked in. Courtney Lee, he's checked in for New York. Jack comes in for Sessions.
One shot, mind the lanes.
And so it's New York with it. Lee kicks to O'Quinn. And O'Quinn slams it in.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here. They set the pick. Lowry drawing the double team. He feeds it to DeRozan. Dishes to Nogueira. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. Nogueira's got his first bucket in this one. And here's O'Quinn. 16 points for him.
Looking a little tentative on a very makeable shot. And this one was uncontested.
And the rebounding has been key to their success here tonight.
I say it's the #1 reason why they are ahead in this game right now. And that can't happen. Missing the wide open chip shot.
Stolen by O'Quinn. Lee dishes to Beasley. Misses from close range. And O'Quinn slams it in.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then fouls it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback. Stolen by O'Quinn, and here they come. Jumps up, and O'Quinn slams it in.
Oh, terrific pick. Then kicks it right ahead, turning defense into offense.
And on the other side, that's an annoying miscue. Total lack of focus.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. And the dunk by Nogueira.
Nice interior passing, and then the strong finish.
Here's Lee. Lays it up off the glass. Lee's got his 3rd basket of the night.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Tipped away. And here we go. Lee heading to the hoop. The finish. And Lee with the stuff.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
When your defense translates into offense, it's a beautiful thing.
And here are the Knicks now. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul goes against Toronto.
Two shots.
Free throw drops for Jarrett Jack. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. DeRozan. That shot missing. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. Knicks out front, running away with it. We'll be back shortly live from the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto. Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Casey.
But man, we got to get down and get engaged at the other end. All right, be precise, send the ball to the screen, come across the screen, focus on the defensive end. Let's go.
There you hear Dwayne Casey asking for more precision on offense and more attention to detail on defense.
Yeah, carry out your assignments on both ends. Do the little things that ultimately make a big difference in the outcome of a game.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the 4th. We've got Nogueira and it's Siakam in at the power forward. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. To the left wing, here's Caboclo. Tips it, but no good. And here comes Thomas leading the fast break. It's deflected. Now here's Powell. And again, Toronto no luck. Feeds it to O'Quinn. Good from the moment it left his hand. That makes him 10 for 14.
I tell you, Ntilikina has his head on a swivel, always looking to find the open teammate.
Pass to Caboclo. Here's Siakam. Powell with it, knocked loose, stolen by O'Quinn. The finish, and O'Quinn slams it in.
Ntilikina is a guy who's known for passing, has great instincts, and really is good in terms of his ability to just move the ball.
It's Powell on the wing. There's the dish to Nogueira. The shot, no good. So New York will take it the other way. Here's Ntilikina, banked in off the glass.
And so far, they have been in complete control of this one. Just a well-rounded effort on the road.
You know what they've done? They've been aggressive on both ends. That's showing up on the scoreboard.
Now, here's Nogueira. And Thomas over to help. The pass to Nogueira. Can they get it? Van Vliet can't get it to go.
If you're trying to keep the defense honest, that's the one you really have to make.
Baker. And it's Van Vliet with the rebound. Toronto's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. And it's going to be 2 free throws, drew contact on the shot. And Smitty, this year the NBA choosing to start the season a bit earlier to cut down on the back-to-back games during the year. Do you think the NBA should spread the schedule out even more? Or are you happy the way they have at least gone about this season?
I think the NBA, Adam Silver and those guys have done a fantastic job. I love how they give the guys basically a week after All-Star game. They're starting a little bit early to cut down the back-to-backs. Either way, if you can find ways to help the recovery time is great. But I think right now, the league and the games and the scheduling, they're in good hands right now.
And the first one drops. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
And coming out of the offseason where the Knicks had a really long to-do list, you knew they were going to shake things up and made some moves in free agency and realized they needed to build around Porzingis going forward.
And the Raptors with the ball. The Knicks making the shot. Caboclo kicks to Nogueira. Picked him clean. Here's Ntilikina, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Toronto called for the foul.
And Ntilikina, he possesses that unselfishness that really allows his guys to play their best basketball. You got to love his approach.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
And Frank Ntilikina out of France, played pro ball in Germany, and a lot of fans in the U.S. might not be as familiar with him, but for NBA execs and scouts, that's their job. Ntilikina has a game worthy of their attention.
And he makes both free throws. In a draft stocked with point guards, Ntilikina's court vision, Greg, might be the best of them all.
I mean, he's a true pure point guard. At the same time, a good shooter. The length to defend wings, so that versatility makes him one of the more valuable prospects.
Thomas, no good. Toronto's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
You know, I love the effort just to get a hand in there. He is disrupting the offensive flow.
Here's Caboclo. It's Powell on the wing.
And really, after that strong first half, he has been in quite the tailspin.
No good on the triple. Thomas, no good.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
The Raptors shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Here's Siakam, but they recover it. A second chance effort. It's rebounded by New York. And Thomas, here we go. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Yeah, heads up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
And with the business of basketball booming, most players are afforded a pretty lavish lifestyle. There's no doubt, and not only the NBA, but in all sports, certainly a blessing. But Smitty, are there downsides to all that notoriety, all that money, all that lavishness?
Yeah, it is, Kevin. I think the downside is,
gentlemen?
one, you can't live that lifestyle if it's lavish for the rest of your life. And I think second, it takes away. You are a public figure right now. You have to understand that. And that's the downside. Being able to go out with your family, being able to go out to a restaurant, you got to understand, yes, there's going to be fans everywhere, and it takes away from that. So I think that's the 2 things for me is guys got to understand that lifestyle doesn't last. And I think also, personally, it takes away from what you can do out in public.
And they're running. And O'Quinn slams it in.
Oh, terrific pick. Then kicks it right ahead, turning defense into offense.
And on the other side, that's an annoying miscue. Total lack of focus.
Here's Caboclo. Now Powell. Caboclo kicks to Pirtle. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Really nice work. Pirtle going to town on the weak defense down in the paint.
Here's Thomas. A slam dunk by Thomas.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious 2-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Tipped away. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thomas. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Toronto. And New York with a change here, too. Sessions is checked in. Here's Van Vliet. Got a piece of it. Thomas kicks to Sessions. Pulls up. High post. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
Offensive rebound. And the Knicks with possession. They're on a 20-6 run. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Thomas got his 3rd assist on the night.
Yeah, it's been about the fast break. Been real kind to him here early, and they are clicking in transition.
Van Vliet off target with his 3. The Knicks shooting so well. The offensive execution has been brilliant. 66% from the field. That one goes in.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
The Raptors shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Here's Siakam. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Well, this is what every coach emphasizes. Keep your head up. Be willing to make the extra pass.
And the shot goes in.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
And Toronto has possession. Here's Van Vliet. And another fast break for New York. Knicks running. And O'Quinn slams it in.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
Here's Van Vliet. The Knicks making the shot. You know, Smitty, as the game grows internationally, we've seen a contrast drawn between the academies, for instance, in Europe and Australia and the youth basketball organizations in this country. Do you think we're doing it the right way? Should there be change, more policing of just how things are run at a very young level?
I think more policing, Kevin. I think also coaches being better equipped to be able to be around young kids. I think also how many games these kids are playing. I think obviously you want them to have games, but when they're playing 5, 6, 7 games in a weekend, I just think that's too much.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for O'Quinn. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Beasley. And so O'Quinn nails both of them.
It's interesting. No free throw attempts for him in the first half. He's finally pushing the action and reaping the reward.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's the screen. Anunoby passes to Wright. Off target from three-point range. New York shooting 66% right now. This offense getting everything they want out there. McDermott can't get it to go. Toronto shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Out to the right wing, Anunoby trains the three-pointer.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
O'Quinn can't hit. Here's Toronto now. Here's Anunoby. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Jakob Poeltl. New York with the ball. They're on an 18-7 run. Here's Baker. No good off the back of the rim. And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Valanciunas, good.
Asserting his will offensively. Valanciunas taking over.
Here's O'Quinn. And no good. Nice D from Valanciunas. Here's Caboclo. Tipped away. Stolen by O'Quinn. And now the Knicks on the break. Second shot opportunity. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Valanciunas has got rebound number 15 here tonight. Anunoby passes to Valanciunas. And O'Quinn sends it back. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. The Knicks making a switch here. Beasley's checked in. Here's Caboclo. Knocks it loose. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
And you can see what the emphasis was at halftime. Here in the second, a lot more effort to get the ball inside, and it's starting to pay dividends.
The Raptors making a switch here. Miles is checked in.
Shooting one.
Steve, we're hearing more and more about video game competitions, the rise of esports. It's big business. Have you been following any of that?
Yes, I have. Rick, Fox, Jack, those guys with E-League here at Turner Sports. I get a chance to watch it, bring my kids here, and watch of it. I'm amazed. It's growing and growing and growing, and I love the competition of Rick Fox, Echo Fox versus Shaq's team.
Pass to Anunoby. To the inside, Valanciunas got a hand on it, and they're able to recover. They recover it, and that one, good. Valanciunas has got 9 points now in the quarter.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
And O'Quinn slams it in.
And guys, you don't think this fella can do some major damage if he gets an opening to the rim.
G8, they just learned that lesson the hard way. They better put a little bit more effort into their D the next time down.
Well, the defense has to feel real embarrassed right now. They totally got schooled on that highlight reel play.
And a lot to like about that play, particularly how it ends.
Yeah, at the rack. That's what you want in transition, a high percentage look.
And for the Knicks, the shooting has been just great in the fourth quarter, 54%.
Uh-oh, he misses the bunny. I think he thought somebody was coming over to contest it.
And that one's good, right.
And every set they're running looks like it's designed to produce a triple.
Interesting approach coming down the stretch. Looking to rack up points in chunks.
And that one drops.
I like what he's doing here. Terrific efficiency scoring the basketball.
He kicks it to Valanciunas. And Michael Beasley picks up the foul. That will get him his fourth foul of the game. And Smitty, with your perspective from your years in the league, as you watch the game now, what are some of the things you most enjoy watching or paying attention to when you watch an NBA game?
I think different. You know, back in my day, it was more of the 1, 2, the third option guys on the team. They got the basketball the majority of the time. I love the way now guys move the basketball around. It gets to the fifth option, and those guys are a threat. And also, those guys knock down more big shots now. Not just the superstars. So just watching the game evolve to more of a team game, it's a joy to watch, Kevin.
Is there better coaching now, you think, overall, Steve, than when you played? And that's not an indictment of the coaches that you had, but is there more of it now? Is there better coaching or bigger staffs for sure?
I think it was better coaching back in my day, but I think the philosophies have changed right now. I think they have better philosophies on how to approach the game. But I think overall it was better coaching in my day.
That's a very good answer. And he knocks down the first one. Serge Ibaka has checked in for the Raptors. And so Sessions nails both of them. Raptors shooting in the fourth quarter down around 31%, not playing with as much energy here lately.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Knicks.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Here's McDermott. That's a basket. His 8th from the field, 8 of 14.
And just staying aggressive, continuing to extend that lead.
They left nothing to chance. This is how you close out.
Here's Anunoby. Nogueira kicks to Miles. Right for 3. That shot, no good. The Knicks go the other way with it. Beasley in the post. That falls. Great assist by Ramon Sessions.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
They better have some extra goodies on that plane, because after this blowout, they deserve to be rewarded.
Now here's McDermott. He's tightly guarded. Here's Baker. Here's O'Quinn, and he uses the glass on the layup. O'Quinn's got 42 in the game.
Guys, he's having a ball out there. I mean, we knew going in that he'd have an advantage on the glass, but I didn't think he could be this dominant. What a difference.
And he's not going to back off. Even with that big lead, he's going to get more motivated to keep stretching out their lead.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're ahead. Just 2 seconds left in the game. What do you think, guys?
You know, I'm not sure why you call a timeout this late. I mean, the game is more or less over.
I'm not questioning that either, but he clearly hasn't given up on this one quite yet.
And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan Player of the Game.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
These fans have been stunned by his performance. Of all the players they thought might do the most damage against him tonight, his name was not high on that list. Free throw drops for Wright. And so Wright nails both of them. And here's Sessions. Here's O'Quinn. Count it.
And I tell you what, somebody's draped all over him, and he's still able to connect.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. KP, you guys got out on a break tonight. How did you get into transition so easily?
Yeah, we want to play faster, and that's what we try to do whenever they miss. We try to run, move the ball quick, and get easy buckets.
And you were able to beat them down the floor tonight, KP. Thanks a lot for your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.